Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome. Happy Monday. Not sure if any Monday is ever happy, but happy Monday to you. Welcome to today's Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream here on the deluxe version of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, playing on the Xbox Series S. We will be flying the Junkers 52 3M-Retrofit, departing from Bushehr and heading to Kish Island. We'll be in Iran the entire flight. I'm not taking requests for flights or for me to fly a particular aircraft at this time, and I fly the sim the way I want to. My schedule is always subject to change based on my own schedule, and I always try to find interesting places to fly and aircraft to fly. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays are vintage aviation flights. Tuesdays we have jetliner, regional jet, regional prop, and business jet flights. Thursdays we have military aviation flights. Saturdays we have Lightning Saturday, when we fly the P-38, although last Saturday we had a bit of a guest star with the Spitfire. And Sundays we have scenic flights. Just recently we flew around Rome. This Sunday we will be over Hong Kong. Any other information can be found in the description area below the video. Thank you for your attention. All right, so I've already started the aircraft up. I've taxied out to our takeoff runway, and we are going to go ahead and inch out here for our departure. Now, I don't think this is the actual... I didn't ask for permission for takeoff or let, say we're ready for takeoff. So I've gone here on my own, so I probably won't get credit for the takeoff, which is fine. So we're just gonna inch our way out here once the engines decide that they want to go to work, and we will be in the air momentarily. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. Sorry for the slight delay. I just realized that I hadn't refilled my water glass next to me, so I had to go get some water before we departed. Okay. I think we are all set. I've got all of our navigation information already put in. All of our first frequency for our first leg. So let's get in the air and get going. Let's see if... There we go. Ooh, I like that shot right there. Let's get that real quick. There we go. I like it. All right. We're on our way. What I think I'm going to do today is I kind of like having that ATC off. That it just gets a little annoying And when I'm trying to talk, you know, it's like I'm competing with the with the ATC to talk. So, all right, we are en route. So we have a 105 nautical miles is our first. Oh, we've already done a couple miles already. So we have 101 miles left to get to our first waypoint. It's Monday. I reckon it's going to be a quiet one at the start. See if anybody pops in. If not, it's quite okay. That's a really nice, cool. It was so cool last night. I actually had to put a blanket over me to when I went to bed. Very strange. Summertime that it was that cool that I had to put a blanket over me to stay warm. Flaps up there. Matter of fact, I will go ahead and post that picture right now while we're climbing out of here. So this Thursday we will see the return of the F-15. I do have to check. Because the flight deck of the F-15, the cockpit, all three versions. I haven't really looked. There's one Israeli version, but I haven't really looked at that one. But it is different. The startup is a little bit different. It's a little bit more streamlined, I think. But there's no on the other versions unless it just goes by the flight plan, the file of flight. You know, when you create the flight plan in the system, it may take its altitude from that. I don't know, but it's a bit suspect. So I have to really kind of pay attention to that. So I got to see if that's the case. I don't know. If it just gets to a cruise altitude and then we just kind of, you know, can relax from there. But I don't know, like, how do you, does it follow a flight plan? That's the key. So I got to figure that out. But the two-seater one, you can put in altitudes for that. But we just may put in a cruise altitude and then put in and then we can descend from there, possibly. Once we get to this point, everything after that should go very quickly as far as the as our navigation goes and all that. So that shouldn't be too bad of a problem. Yeah, might be a quiet one today. Or at least to start off with. So we're going to stay inland for a good portion of the flight, and then eventually we're going to go out, I think, back over the Persian Gulf. I didn't know that these islands are, part of Iran, and because I didn't know where exactly Iran's borders or what is their part of the country and everything. So yeah, we're just gonna cruise inland for a little while, and then we'll turn just slightly here, not a major turn, just a few little adjustments here and there to maintain our direction. So once we are at our first one, then we'll head to our second location. At least we've picked up our VOR DME already. We just don't have the signal. We're not hearing the beeps, but that's okay. As long as we have some idea of how far we have to go. That's the main thing. And then we're going to go for a straight-in landing there at Kish Island. I might be pronouncing that wrong, but I don't know. Can't be certain one way or the other, to be honest. So let's see. Yeah, we had a great couple flights over the weekend. We had a nice flight Saturday with Watt Mitford. Joined us in the Spitfire. Had a really good flight with him. Really, it was a lot of fun. So hopefully we will do that again sometime in the near future. I will have the multiplayer open again this Saturday if anybody wants to join us for the next flight out of Creech Air Force Base there in Indian Springs, and we're heading to Wendover. That's our Wendover. So if anybody wants to join us for that, more than welcome to. I feel like talking to the wall today. Let's see what else. I can't think of any. So yeah, tomorrow we will be in the A320 again, heading from San Juan, Puerto Rico to Miami. Look forward to that flight. Getting that done. That shouldn't take very long to do, I don't think. Get that knocked out. And then Wednesday we will continue. This is leg 15. Wednesday will be leg 16. We are heading from Kish Island down over to Jask. That's 2 legs. First one is 120 nautical miles, and the second one is 100 nautical miles. Thursday we are going from Lockheath over to Ramstein Air Base over in Germany, so we'll get that knocked out. And then Thursday we will be in the Neuport 17. We'll be flying in France from Charentes to Bernay. Not sure, and then reach Air Force Base to Wendover, and then Sunday we will be doing our flight around Hong Kong. Not sure what if I'm going to do a Train Sim World 2 video or not on Sunday. I just don't know which route yet, so I got to think about that one. And then Cruise outside here for a little while. There's the Persian Gulf behind us. It must be just enough of crosswind to push us off of our intended heading. Let's see by how much. I think we got to really turn back. No, not too bad. As long as we parallel it, kind of, or we're close to the track, then we'll be fine. Should be in the 80s now. Yep, 80. Keep that handy. Hopefully everybody had a good weekend. Enjoyed their time, whatever you did or didn't do. You enjoyed it. Look at this interesting landscape where the wind has carved its way through the Looking forward to flying with Captain Arish tonight, continuing the flight over in Australia. Heading to New Zealand eventually. I think we're trying to get to the point today, possibly, where on Wednesday we will actually start heading across over to New Zealand. I think he's had to break it up because we're going to have to stop along the way. There's little islands there's airports there that we would stop off. We're going to stop off at and then continue on the next day. The next flight. Won't be a lot of scenery for a little bit, that's for sure. We basically over the water. Alright, so now we're track here. Yeah, looking forward to that today. I got homework to do about the F-15 to make sure I know what I want to try the F-15C, which is the single-seater, but we may end up going with the E because it's just easier, I think, to navigate with. But we'll see. Oh, I did get a nice message from somebody. I saw it last night. I should have looked at it again today. But basically, when we flew over Bilbao, Spain, uh, one of the churches or cathedrals we flew over was used for the filming of the what's it called? Um, Game of Thrones. There we go. Game of Thrones. I didn't know that, but somebody pointed that out to me yesterday, which I thought was really cool. I did not know that. But it makes sense because a lot of that area probably was, seemed very close to what, you know, what that world would have looked like, I guess. I think what we may just do is try to stay to the right of that, and then we'll cut through here and then go to the left of that right there. Let's see, we are 67 nautical miles. So I can't believe we're almost at the halfway point in this journey to Indonesia, former Dutch East Indies, 1930s KLM route. Taking business people to Indonesia for when it was a Dutch colony. I think the lurkers are coming in a little bit and then disappearing. They stay for about a minute or two and they're like, oh, he's just flying. Looks kind of boring. This looks like, I guess, like a main, I guess some kind of a main highway or something here. That's what it looks like, but yeah, some kind of a main road. Ooh. What do we need? Just a smidge. I was talking to somebody I used to play in Division 2 with over the weekend, and matter of fact, I think it was Saturday. Yeah. Well, he's downloaded the Microsoft Flight Simulator on his Xbox Series X, and hopefully try to get him flying. He'll enjoy it. He's looking for something a little different. So 60 nautical miles. So we're making pretty good time, I think. Make sure we keep our altitude up a little bit here. Give us a little bit of breathing room. Lean the engines just a bit. Something happened with, like, the fuel is, I know we were using fuel, it was down to 94, but now it's back up to 99. That's interesting. Now it's down to 98. 90. Yeah, now it's 90. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's, sometimes the numbers are a bit difficult to read because they are kind of small. So, yeah. Okay, now it's down to 89. Oh boy, we are certainly losing speed here, it seemed like. I don't know if any failures on, so I don't know what. This would, they're already warm. Alright, so we're 55 nautical miles. Now I did put, not only were we fully fueled, but I did add in all the, every seat is full, although you won't see it. You can't see the passengers. But there are basically I put all the passenger seats are full. So it is going to be a bit of different flying because the plane is going to, as we lose fuel and everything, it's going to kind of balance itself out. So, 3 people watching. Thank you all for coming in. Say hello if you want. At least give a thumbs up, something to let me know you're here if you want to. I guess today's just one of those days where nobody wants to talk. Everybody's mad that it's Monday already. Weekend went by way too fast. Yeah, you can't really see the passengers. Matter of fact, let's see if we can kind of skirt down here. Nope, so there is no passengers in the seats, but the weight is there, basically. everybody weighed 150 pounds. So we're not right at the limit of the weight for this aircraft to fly, but there's enough weight to make it interesting, I think. On top of all the fuel. Oh, over the weekend, I think it wasn't this weekend, but recently I watched probably one of the worst movies I've ever seen. I couldn't even finish it, it was so bad. It was a movie called Murder at the Presidio. Now, according to at the beginning of the movie, it was based on a true story. Just certain events were dramatized. And it was so poorly written. So the only person that acted, reasonably well was Lou Diamond Phillips, but you could tell he was like, why am I doing this movie? It's just, like either he needed the money or he was just like bored and he's like, yeah, I'll do it. The heck with it. Yeah, just so, yeah. Like, I think I got into about the first 35 minutes of the movie, and I'm like, yeah, this is garbage. I can't do this. Yeah, it was just really, really bad. All right, let's see. We have 46 nautical miles to our first waypoint, so we're making pretty good time, I think. This plane is really flying a lot different than I was expecting. Now all of a sudden it like noses up, and then we bleed off a ton of speed, and then we nose over. So yeah, we're a bit unbalanced, it seems. I was hoping that the plane would kind of... Got 4 viewers now. Nobody wants to say boo. Okay, that's cool. No worries. As long as you're watching and enjoying, I guess that's all that matters. Yeah, see, it's like we're not, our speed has dramatically dropped. I wonder if it's because I did lean out a little bit. Maybe I leaned out too much. Maybe I need to put a little bit more prop back on too. Alright, there we go. Let's try that. So we had a nice departure from Bushehr. Let's have a look at our map here, see where we're. So we're still doing pretty good. I think our first waypoint is, or navigation point is probably somewhere on the other side of those low mountains. Looks like there's some kind of water runoff through here. Whenever there is water. And I've been muted the entire time. I just looked down and I'm like, I'm talking. So basically, the plane is kind of give you the quick what I was talking about when I was muted, and I didn't even realize it was, because I did get a swig of water. I just forgot to take the mute button off. But anyway, so the plane is fully loaded. Like, all the passenger seats are full, 150 pounds per passenger. I think there's like 12 or 14 passengers, something like that. But anyway, matter of fact, we can look right here on our weight. So 14 passengers at 150 pounds. And then I loaded up, filled all the fuel tanks as well. So it does fly, this plane does fly a lot different when it's fully loaded. Now, usually, from my understanding, and I'm not a aeronautical engineer or anything like that, but it seems that as you expend fuel, the plane will respond to that, but generally, eventually, it will just kind of it'll kind of fly a little bit more smooth. It won't be so erratic. And right now, it may be because there's probably crosswinds and whatnot coming into this valley, because we're right between these two low mountains. Although we're not like super low, but we're high. We're right at an area where it seems like the wind is affecting our flying. So, yeah, but yeah, we're almost to our first nav point, 13 nautical miles away, and then we're going to dial in our next VOR DME, follow that track, and 33 nautical miles should be very, very easy, sort of. Get there. Shouldn't take very long to do. But yeah, the plane is just it climbs and then it starts, like, look, it's nosing over now. Even though we're at 100% trim, the plane is going, the nose wants to go down, and then it will kind of go back up, but the plane is not leveling off, essentially where it's stable. It's kind of strange. Don't know what else to say. Nobody wants to talk today. I might as well be mute. Nobody's talking. I might as well not talk. It's kind of hard to, there's nobody's saying anything, so it's like I don't know what to, I can only carry the conversation so far. Now, if you just want to sit back and watch, that's perfectly fine. I'm just going to sit back and fly. Well, there's Jody. Hello. Nice to see you here. Finally, somebody says something in the chat. Goodness gracious. Here, I thought I must have just upset everybody over the weekend or something. Alright, first nav point coming up. In 7 miles, so just on the other side there it should be, I believe. Maybe just before it. It looks like an interesting... I don't know what that is. Looks like there's, I don't know, like a something scientific, or yeah, it looks almost like a helicopter pad, but I could be wrong. Yeah, there's like these little areas right here. This road goes up to this mountain, it looks like, and there's, it's like there's somebody living there, maybe over there, right there. Oh! Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Nick. No. That sucks. Mick's here, thankfully. Good to see you, Mick. So we are, I guess, almost halfway to our destination. Sorry, I just realized I was in mute. Golly. This is what happens when nobody's talking. I just like mute myself and don't even think about taking it back off. Everything's been fine so far. Kind of reiterate what I was saying again. Flight's been good. The plane is fully loaded. All the passengers, all 14 seats are full. But the plane is flying much differently today. I don't know if it's because I have the real world weather on, but the plane has struggled to climb. Like it climbs for a little bit and then suddenly it wants to just nose over. So I've been kind of weaving my way through the high areas here, just trying to fly around them because the plane just doesn't like. If I try to tell it to climb, it even at 100% trim, what happens is I'll start losing speed, and then we would end up stalling. So right now we're still in the safe zone, but it's very suspect right now. So I'm just trying to get around this. We may just kind of stay here along the coastline just so that we can get around this stuff and not be out there in the mountain or in between the mountains there. So one leg down, 3 more to go, but it should be fairly straightforward from here, so to speak. But we will climb out. We will fly out again over the Persian Gulf to get to Kish Island, which is in part of Iran. It's a trade-free zone. So a lot of people go there to buy. There's malls and all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, very interesting bit of history there. I've got the clock pulled up for what time it is there locally. It's about 2 minutes after 5 in the evening. So we still should have plenty of daylight left get to our destination. See how we're starting to see it dips and then it climbs and then it dips again. Like it's the plane cannot settle down today, and maybe it is because we've got winds coming off the Persian Gulf here and right next to these low mountains, whatever. So we're gonna try to look at this. It is definitely flying different today. We'll try to keep the mute button off as much as possible now that there's a few people in the chat. So I'm guessing, does that mean you're going to have to take a break again tonight, Mick? With maybe forego the pro clubs? Give yourself a little bit more rest? Or is it still up in the air? Or have you already had the quote-unquote board meeting to discuss your plans for this evening? Was setting Grant up with... Oh, okay. No worries, Joe. You haven't missed anything, really. Just cruising along here. 25 nautical miles. So yeah, we're making good time. Even though we've had to kind of work our way around, we didn't necessarily go over our first waypoint, even though we did, but it didn't register that we did. So I think what I could do, let's try this, because sometimes this works. Nope. Oh well, that's fine. We know where we're heading. Surprised Joseph hasn't popped in. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, Jody, if he's got a... Oh, all good to stream. Okay. I just saw that. I didn't even realize it. It must have been everything kind of popped in at the same time. Okay. I wasn't sure if you were planning on taking a bit of another night off just to rest up a little bit more. Cool. Catch you for that for a while, and then I'm going to go flying with Captain Orange tonight, hopefully. Unless something changes. On wood, hopefully nothing changes and we get another leg in over in Australia tonight. I'm sure if he's not going to, he will try to let everybody know as soon as possible. I didn't really realize this was such a mountainous region along the coast here. Yeah, it looks like some kind of a highway there. Coastal living. Huh. Wonder what that's like. This looks like some kind of industrial area, possibly. This almost looks like salt flats, but like they took the salt out of the Persian Gulf and... Alright. 19 nautical miles. Perfect. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. Overall, I think. And then we're going to turn for 48, and then again for 37, and we'll be coming in for landing. I kept the ATC off just so that it was a bit quieter, I think. You know, they're not nagging me and all that, so thank you all for coming in. Hopefully you enjoy the flight if you're watching this on YouTube on Tuesday morning, afternoonish. We do have our the train ride, the train sim stream, and the our flight around Rome will be premiering later today over on YouTube. So if you missed that, do go check that out. And let me see, what is our... I was looking at this the other day. There it is. So we have... ...34 views on the Saturday's flight. I don't think anybody's left a thumbs up, surprisingly. I thought we had a really great stream on Saturday. Yeah. Oh, we got 2 likes. Jody's flight that I did on Friday has had 15 views and 0 thumbs up. So, yeah. So a couple people did like flight Nick and I did, but the Friday flight was not, for whatever reason, was not very popular. Oh well. Sometimes that's just the way it is. Yeah, I really enjoyed Saturday. That was a lot of fun. And I saw your little clips, your comments, Mick. Yeah, I was happy. I was happy to have you there, and happy to, you know, your landing. It was it looked, you know, when you watched the replay, it looked like you were when you came in, you were just going to nose over and it was just going to come to a stop with the tail end up in the air. But you recovered it. But it may be that it looked that way to me, but maybe that wasn't the way it was happening for you. But it looked like that's what was going on. So nope, you were able to recover it and keep it on the runway, and yeah, good stuff. So if you want to join Saturday for the next leg, yeah, I really enjoyed that. It was really cool stuff. And yeah, I saw when you went across, and I was like, oh, well, that's professional stuff right there. So yeah, that was good stuff. Really enjoyed having you on. So yeah, if you want to join again on Saturday, you're more than welcome to. If you're up for it. I've started a Farm Sim 22 Bible in progress, making a load of changes backstream when I go back home on Wednesday. Farming Sim 22 Bible. Okay, that's a interesting way to put it. Yeah, if you want to, Mick, you're more than welcome. We're going to take off from Creech Air Force Base and head over to Wendover. So if you want to fly in the Spitfire again, you're more than welcome to. If you just want to get up there and just keep going, working at it, be glad to have you along. This time I will. I thought it'd be a nice surprise if I flew the Spitfire with you as well, but I will fly the Lightning on Saturday. Get back in the Lightning. So, but yeah, the Spitfire has changed. Whatever updates they did, it is kind of, you gotta like practice the landings all over again. So yeah, be happy to have you along again for another flight if you're up for it. You can get your latte and your lunch. Once we're up in the air, you can sit back and relax. You can put the autopilot on and sit back and have your lunch and your latte. And if you're going to be on the farm on Tuesday, I'm ready to assist with that if necessary, or if you're going to take that day off, like I know you usually used to. But if you want to farm, that's perfectly fine. The Spitfire still wants, yeah. I think what it is, Mick, that engine is just, there's a lot of torque. It's very powerful, that V12. So it's like you have to kind of dial it back a bit, just enough that you can still get in the air safely, but you're not like trying to keep control of the plane on the ground. Because I saw the same thing, and I was trying to like just put the power a little bit at a time, but it was like it just wanted to go, like, even I don't remember what percentage I had at the throttle, but it was just like it wanted to do its own thing. So yeah, it's a bit of a handful. So it's almost like you have to learn how to fly it all over again. Yeah, dial the prop back a little bit. I usually use about 80% on the RPM, and that you may have to drop even lower, but you gotta make sure you have enough speed to take off. So sometimes if you're on a short runway, that's not going to work. So it's kind of like, what do what's the trade-off? Do you try to minimize, keep the throttle or the prop RPMs down, but you're going to run out of runway very quickly before you can lift off. So yeah, it's a bit of a, oh wow, look at that, all that fog just came in. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. All right, here's what we're going to do, folks, just to maintain our I'm going to turn off the live weather. It's going to get cold. Yeah, it is, Mick. Absolutely. Oh, all right. So now it's cold. We got an Arctic chill here on the Persian Gulf. And we're going to go clear skies. There we go. So that way we don't have to, because technically that would have, ooh, wow, look at that. Our vertical speed just went way up. Wow, okay, we could have easily stalled the plane right there. Wow, okay. That was insane. All right, so I think there's our second waypoint. There's PRG. Yep, that's that one. So yeah, all of a sudden, it was like I thought like the game was getting ready to crash. But yeah, it is more trial and error. But because they've updated it, it's like you got to learn how to fly it all over again. So. Yeah, because otherwise it's, you know, it's going to be a bit of a handful all over again. So, all right, so we're going to pass that. Make sure we go right over that, and then we'll dial in our next. I think we have one more kind of along the coast here, and then we will turn out over the Persian Gulf and make our way for Kish Island. See, I think flying along the coast here was a better option. Although that wind right coming, because we were very close to those low mountains, I think it still kind of had its own. It was doing its own thing. Because I didn't have. Oh, no, it's fine. You don't. I mean, I don't really. It does kind of throw you off because we're basically zoomed out, but I just try to point the plane in the right direction. Okay, I gotta dial it. Sorry, real quick. Let me do this. 11685. And heading of 133. Oops. And 133. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, we are going to start heading out over the water here. Our next waypoint is on another island, and then from there it's a straight shot, I think, into Kish Island. So we're making really good time today. I like it. It gives me time to do a few other things as soon as we wrap the stream up, and then get a few errands and such done this morning. It's still fairly cool. Matter of fact, I forgot to open up the sliding door here when I got up this morning, just to get that air flowing through, just to keep it nice and cool. It was cool enough last night. I actually had to cover up with a blanket. As I was sleeping, it was still chilly, and I even had to put my, long sleeping pants on. So, yeah, it was a bit chilly yesterday. Yeah, I gotta try to get out and get a walk in while the weather's decent. Get some other things done while I'm out and about. But yeah, I think also, Mick, oh, thank you. I'm looking forward to doing it. I mean, I'm gonna try to look up some different things. I don't know that there's necessarily so many points of interest, but I just want to fly around the harbor and just have a nice, relaxing flight. Um, I think too, Mick. Although didn't have the live weather on, but maybe you did, and there was enough wind that kept, you know, you had to like keep adjusting. Otherwise, it was like you're gonna go zigzagging all across the sky, kind of like what I've had to experience sometimes with this plane. Um, if you don't watch the wind, you can easily drift way off your intended track, and then you're way off your mark. All right, 38 nautical miles. So we're almost there, folks. We're getting there. Once we're on the ground, we will wrap things up and we will call it a day. So hopefully everybody's enjoyed this. Hopefully you enjoy the other two streams today over on YouTube if you haven't seen what we were up to on Sunday. Peninsula Corridor and our flight around Rome. Really enjoyed the flight around Rome. That was a lot of fun. Lots of interesting things to see. And I think Hong Kong will be our last. Yeah, that's the last one for Sunday for the month of June. And then our first one for July is San Francisco. Ta-da, the 2nd of July. We will be in San Francisco Bay Area. That one we're gonna just fly around for quite a while because let's see, that's Sunday. So yeah, we're not streaming on Monday, the 4th of July. We're taking that day off for Independence Day. And but yeah, we'll fly around San Francisco because there's a lot to see, as always. So we will not only the regular points of interest, but I'll point out a bunch of other stuff as well as we fly around. So yeah, we'll do that on the first Sunday of July. So looking forward to that. Wait a minute. That can't be the... Yeah, that's the 3rd. The 1st is on a Friday. Okay. So yeah, I gotta tighten up the schedule for July. All the regular flights that I know we're doing for our vintage aviation Mondays and Wednesdays. We don't know. Well, what am I trying to say here? If okay, now I know what I'm going to try to say. If it comes to the point that we're running out of additional aircraft to fly, like on Fridays, vintage aviation stuff, I don't want to add a third flight on, put a third 3 days that we're flying on the Indonesia route to Indonesia. That would just be too much, I think. Even though it would get us there a little bit quicker, I just don't want to overdo it. What then we may just do is call it General Aviation Friday, and we'll just do stuff like the King Air 350i or something like that, just to get some of those flights in. Maybe do a little bit of airport hopping, take off from smaller airports and head to another small airport, something like it's private or whatever, and then, maybe just do a couple of those quick little flights, possibly. If we start to run out of options for, and we generally are, even though we've got the F-15 back in the mix, we will, unless there's some more stuff essentially coming in the near future, it's like we're gonna start repeating, aircraft again and all that, and it's just going to be like, we've already seen this and it's nothing new. So we may even do away with that, try to find something else to do on a Thursday. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. So yeah, we are definitely heading towards that waypoint. Should be right out there on that island, if I remember correctly. Matter of fact, I can look at my sky vector. Yeah, it's on an island, or no, actually it's going to be a little bit on the inland part, and then no, I'm sorry, it is on an island. Yeah, okay. Lavin Island, Lavin, not sure. And then we'll turn for Kish Island. So yeah, island. We are almost there, and we're just going to go straight on in. We've not asked for permission to take off. We're not going to ask for permission to land. We're just going to have this nice, quiet sort of flight today without the nagging of the ATC when we get on the ground. Turn the next taxiway. Okay, well, I will when I can. I can't turn any earlier than that. So it's going to be a bit of a, but we'll get there. We should start dropping out once we're back. Once we're over here and we're past this third waypoint, then I'll start looking. We'll start to try to throttle back and start dropping a little bit of altitude, and then we'll try to be right in line for our arrival. Let me check something. Let's see if there is a chart for Kish Island. As soon as I can pull up the... It's thinking. That's not what I want to do. I already have an account. Alright, well, I was hoping to check the chart to see what the expected altitude was for... Alright, let's see if I can do it this way. Coming on 09 left, 94 degrees, so it's visual, so I'm guessing we got to be at about 25, 20, or 2,000 feet at least coming in. Yeah, it's just kind of, and Navigraph might be down. Okay, yeah, I think Navigraph is down. All right, well, we're gonna wing it, I guess. So, we are almost 20 nautical miles, and then we're gonna turn. A little bit more to the east. And I think Kish Island is right there. Like, it's not very far, so I'm guessing that might be it. Let me look at this chart. Nope. It will be that there's a small island there, and then so we pass over this one here in front of us, and then we will go over the one that is kind of like, oh, let's go out here. So we're gonna go over that one. Kish Island should be like right there. So, so we're coming to the end, folks. We're nearly there. So yeah, we gotta start dropping just a bit of altitude here. Get the throttle. Well, we really didn't use a whole lot of fuel. I was expecting more, but I probably loaded up and I shouldn't have. But I was like, well, it's better to be safe than sorry. For sure. This is not. So cool. We'll give it a bit of time to get itself sorted. So I might website. Ooh, wow! I gotta turn back. So yeah, the website might be down to check our charts and that. That's okay. So yeah, that should be Kish Island right there. And again, I'm maybe pronouncing that wrong. I'm not sure. So I should have asked Captain Harish if he knows the proper pronunciation. All right. 16 nautical miles to go. So yeah, the one we're looking for is almost like right on that edge. There is a little airport right there. We're gonna try to fly over that, and then we'll turn. And we'll be on the ground. Pretty much from this point on, once we get past this nav point here, we'll start managing our chaotic descent into Kish, and we're just gonna go right in for 09 left. So I think what I may do, since we're just kind of making our way here to the island, I'm going to take a quick step away for a moment, folks. I will be right back. We'll put, there we go, so you can enjoy the scenery. I'll be right back, folks. Alright, I've returned. Seems like we're not really making any headway, but we are. 11.7 nautical miles, so it looks like a runway there. It is right on that coast of that. Yeah. So that should be that little airport there. That's, yeah, Lavin Island. Okay. That's the other one that... So we got Lavin, and there's this, that one, and then Kish Island. So yeah, there's that airport. Thank you all for coming in and hanging out. I got off to a slow start here in the chat. It's okay, it happens. It's, you know, Mondays are usually the day that most people are just kind of like, screw the world. So. Yeah, we made really good time. This, it said we were supposed to take about a 2.5 hour or so flight. I think today was the estimated time, but we've done very well, all things considered. 7.1. So we're going to try to fly right over that one, even though we don't really need to. We're just going to try to intercept that. What would be there that you would have to fly in for? Like, is it like a resort or something? It doesn't really look like there's much to do here. I mean, it looks like if you drive from one end of the island to another and back, you've seen everything. crazy. I guess this could be our emergency site if necessary, but I don't think there's any need for it. If we had to... couldn't land at Kish, I guess we could just land right here. So there is a VOR, or that's not a VOR GME, that is a NDB, I think. I think they have both. But on here, it doesn't look like it is. Oh, at least we got the distance. So, alright, let's dial in our final. This for general purpose here. On a heading of 116. All right, 36 nautical miles. So, ooh, oh no! Connection lost. Wow. Okay. Okay. Well, we're still gonna. Hopefully, folks, there's sim does not crash. I don't know why all of a sudden we've had that, but we have. So, but we're fine. We don't have any. The live weather is off. And we're not talking to ATC, so we're fine. We don't have any other systems necessarily. Yeah. Online services are disabled. Terrific. Well, that's fine. Whatever. Right now, that's going to keep popping up. Don't know what they did, but done something. Yeah, now I got that. Hold on, let me see if I pause and then. Yeah, I can't get rid of that. Oh, there we go. Now I did. Ay, 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 ay. Microsoft, what are you doing? No. Okay. Sorry, folks, that's just going to keep popping up apparently because I don't know if they're resetting their servers or there's just no time. And there's no like warning or anything. It's just we get this. So we're just going to try to get on the ground here as quickly as we can so that we are we'll go ahead and throw a little. Yeah, that's just going to be there, folks. I'm sorry. This Sim's got a mind of its own, I guess. There we go. All right. Yeah, I know. Come on. Quit telling me you're interrupting my flight. Unbelievable. It's like this is the sort of thing that makes it so hard to be positive about the sim sometimes. Watch is going to pop up right when I'm over the runway too. It's like playing whack-a-mole. Whack-a-mole. It pops up. Whack it. Microsoft, you're breaking my heart here. You really are. Because I know my internet's fine. My internet is up and running, so that's not the problem. It's got to be on your end. Alright, so 09, so that should be 090. Hold on a second. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's just being a pain in the butt. So, okay, so we do have to turn. No, it did it on its own. Maybe it is really getting on my every last nerve. Alright, so we gotta, basically what we gotta do is we gotta head to the right a little bit and then turn in left for our runway. It should be right. Why Microsoft? Why do you do this? It's like we have this love-hate relationship, you know? Sometimes I don't know which way is worse. That it's almost like, do you hate us that much, or is it? Do you want, you're not happy when the community doesn't like you, but why? I don't get this. Can we have an amicable relationship somehow, please? I really like that. Can't we just be friends? I'm not asking for benefits. Can we just be friends? Unbelievable. Well, hopefully the sim does not crash, but if it does, I apologize in advance, folks. Oh, now we're successfully. We've reached an amicable agreement. We can talk successfully now. Oh, now it says we cannot. I'm gonna have to start talking to the divorce lawyer there, Microsoft. I don't want to do that, but you're making this relationship feel very toxic. Internet is solid. I know that for a fact. All my lights are on correctly. So it's got to be on the Microsoft end. There's no... I don't know if they're trying to do another update suddenly or what. I don't really know, and it's getting to be a bit of... I thought we reconnected. Apparently not. This is gonna drive me nuts. Or it could even just be, it could be Microsoft Live is acting up again. And they've had that issue recently as well, where the live services are offline, so you can't multiplayer or anything. Oh, yeah. Just when things are finally turning around, get some good news, and then this happens. It's just like, just never know what to think anymore. So what I mean, once we're on the lineup, I'm just going to have to ignore that, folks. And I know it's going to get a bit annoying, and I'm sorry. It's just, I don't know what else to do at this point other than just stop the flight right here, and I don't want to do that. But I'm just going to have to ignore it. All right, I'm going to turn the laptop to the side so I can focus on landing and try to get this thing on the ground here shortly. I know the airport should be somewhere over there. I just want to get there, and it's just like I can't get there fast enough. I just feel like plowing it right into the ocean. Just to stop the suffering here with this nonsense. I'll catch up with the chat once we're on the ground, folks. Let me just have a quick look at the... So it's almost in the middle of the island, it looks like. I'm just going to have that open in case I need to reference it. It should be right about there, I believe. Sorry folks, I'm trying to clear those out as quickly as they show up so that it's not too much of a headache for me to look at. What I don't want to have happen is as we're coming in, it blocks my line of sight. Because it looks like whichever way I'm looking, like if I'm looking, you know, trying to keep the plane lined up, it'll you know block my view, and then it's going to make it really difficult to see the alright, it says now successfully connected. We'll see if that how long that lasts for. Nope. Alright, I'm just gonna okay. Yep, every time. It just seems like we were doing good. It connects and then it suddenly disconnects. So I don't really know what. It's just a bit annoying to try to contend with that while I'm trying to land. Try to keep that up there as much as I can before we nose over and start lining up. That should be our airport right there. The runways are kind of right next to one another, so it's not like they're separated by the airport itself. It's 09 left and right are like right next to each other. So that's got to be it right there. This is just ridiculous. As soon as we can land and park it, we're gonna wrap things up, folks. This is just so annoying, and all I need is to get my time, my hours, so I can put that into my own personal log. That flight that Mick and I did on Saturday, those hours disappeared over the weekend. Like when I checked Sunday, it's like I didn't even do the flight. When I did the flying with Captain Arish last week or so ago, those hours are all gone. So it's like multiplayer flight hours just don't matter. They just disappear. So I just keep my own record. And so I'm at over 500 hours flying. But I'll never get to, in the sim, it's like I'm still trying to get to 100, even though I've already been at 100. I was on my way to 500, and then all those hours just were suddenly wiped out. So, yeah. Alright, there's our... That should be our runway right about there. Oh, come on. You guys are killing me. Alright. Alright, let's get rid of that. Alright, so yep, there's our runway right there. Alright. Killing me. You guys are just killing me. You know, it just annoys me. I was telling somebody about this game the other day and trying to be positive about it, and then this is what I get in return. Like, it's just like, I really don't know what to think anymore, Microsoft. I really don't. How can I get more people to enjoy this when this is what you do? And it's really crappy that you would blame my internet service, not you guys. It's always on our end, isn't it? Why don't you guys check your freaking servers? How about that? Oh, so we were pretty much lined up. We are already going slow. We're going to have to slow down even more, though. Since we're going... Alright, I'm just going to have to ignore that and just leave it right there and see if it goes away on its own, because I got to focus on this. This is just... There we are. On behalf of myself and the entire flight crew, not including Microsoft today, we'd like to welcome you to Kish Island. Local time is 6:07 in the evening. We understand and appreciate the fact that this warning is annoying all of us right now, but we're glad that we landed nonetheless, despite Microsoft's best efforts to get us to crash. We will be back tomorrow, 7:30 Eastern, 11:30 UTC, 12:30 UK, in the A320 flight service from San Juan, Puerto Rico to Miami, Florida, to join us for that, if you're able to. Let me get back to the chat here now that I'm on the ground. Yeah, let's get to a parking spot and wrap this up, because I am about to lose my patience with this situation. It is just ludicrous. And I'm half tempted to get on the forums and just blast them. This is pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Anyways, sorry. Everything was going so well, and then this happens. It's just sad. It really is. But we made it, despite everything. So let me find a ground crew for us somewhere, somehow. And we'll see, it does disappear on its own, then it reappears. Yeah, like it can't make up its own mind. All right, looking for anybody? Ground crew. I'm guessing. I think what we could do. Let's get this out the way, because even though it's gonna. Yep. Wow. If it wasn't the ATC negging us, then we have this little red warning thing. It's like they gotta neg us somehow. I might as well lock myself in the bathroom in the back of the plane. Alright, so I think what we will do is we'll pull in here. This looks fine. Even though we don't have any kind of ground crew here, that's what we're going to do. see mainland Iran from here. This uh, island must not be that big. Yeah, successfully connected my backside. How about that? All right, let's go ahead and shut this down. Try to let the stream catch up. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the batteries so that, oops, not compartment blower. Battery. There we go. Just so that I don't have to look at that again. Let me get my hours here while we're waiting for the stream to catch up there at the end. 02. Oops. 1, 3, 2. All right. Get those. Oops. Plus D133. All right. Perfect. I'll look at the stream again here in just a moment, folks. I just want to get this in so I don't forget later on. All right, perfect. Oh, we're almost there. Almost there. One. There we go. All right, perfect. That will do it for today, folks. I greatly appreciate everybody hanging out and watching this silliness unfold during the flight. Yeah, they do, because it's like you just keep acknowledging it, and it's like you can't acknowledge it enough. So yeah, we didn't get credit for the takeoff because we didn't ask for permission. We got credit for the landing, even though we didn't ask for permission. So I'm guessing the way that we took off a runway 13 right or left? It was right, 13 right, I think. Anyway, wherever we took off from, that wasn't the active runway. I probably should have gone the other way and then had to turn. I think that's what they would have wanted us to do. Anyway, I'm going to try to wrap this up now before I lose my mind and turn into a very unpleasant person. I will see you all tomorrow in the A320. Hopefully this is all sorted. I'm going to check out why this is happening. I don't think it's my internet, but of course they're going to tell me that it is, because God forbid they ever take responsibility for this whole fiasco. I will see you all then. Do enjoy the rest of your Monday morning, afternoon, evening, early Tuesday, depending on where you are in the world. I have been your pilot and your host, Uncle B. Until then, peace, live long and prosper without any red warnings. All right.